This outbreak of a severe respiratory virus sending at least 1,000 kids to the hospital. It seems to start out as a cold, same things a lot of people have right now, but this then gets much worse. It has now spread to at least a dozen states, and the CDC is warning that doctors are now seeing what could be just the tip of the iceberg. One of the states hardest hit in all of this is Colorado. Our chief medical editor, Dr. Nancy Snyderman, is at Rocky Mountain Hospital for Children in Denver for us tonight. Nancy, good evening.
Good evening, Brian. This city and this state have been very hard. 900 cases of this respiratory infection just this past month. And right now in the ICU above me, 7 children on ventilators.
Can I take a listen to you?
It's called Enterovirus 68 and has doctors very concerned.
Slow, deep breaths. A lot of kids have been on the verge of respiratory failure or severe respiratory distress requiring escalating therapies and care. So I've been an ICU physician for 15 years and I've never seen this before.
Here, there have been 7 times the normal number of respiratory cases since August. What role do you think the school year is playing in all of this?
I do think that, as kids go back to school, usually we kind of see a lull. And then after a few weeks of being in school, everybody's kind of starting to share and pass around the viruses. And I do think that that's what's brought this to the forefront.
Ben York never imagined his son Matthew's late summer cold would end up with a trip to the emergency room.
He was coughing. He had a runny nose. Within 8 to 10 hour time period, it went from a cold to him not being able to breathe.
So what is Enterovirus 68? It's worse than a very bad cold with these symptoms: extreme trouble breathing, severe coughing, and sometimes wheezing, fever, and rash.
Breathe in.
Infants, children, and teenagers are most vulnerable.
Like this. Like this.
You feel like your breathing is better?
Especially those with asthma like Matthew York.
It looked like his heart was pumping out of his chest, so immediately we took him to the emergency room.
And that's exactly what doctors want parents to know. If your child has a cold and it's getting worse with escalating fever and trouble breathing, call 911. And, of course, prevention, Brian, teach your children to sneeze into their elbows and not on their hands, and good hand washing, of course.
Hard to see
Brian.
those little kids so sick. Good to get the warning signs out. Dr. Nancy Snyderman tonight in Denver. Thanks.